Clean that camera a little bit. How's everyone doing? I am enjoying apple cider. I am enjoying it a lot. I have a whole big container of apple cider to drink. My favorite way to enjoy apple cider is to put it in mint tea. But currently I don't have any tea. Well, maybe I do have tea. I think I have chai. I don't really like juice with chai. I don't mind it, but I like my chai to have something like nut milk in it, almond milk, Brazil nut, pumpkin seed. But I'm pretty happy with the apple cider. Anyway, the crickets are chirping, although it is kind of warm. My heat is still going off, and that's making me happy. I like to be super warm. Super, super, super warm. And with the crickets chirping, a perfect time to go and check our weekly energies of who is watching who. So keep in mind with this who's watching you, there's many, many, many different things out there watching you. There are things with beating hearts, and there are things with electrical synapses. There are insects watching you. There are bipeds watching you. There are quadrupeds watching you. There is devices, or are devices, plural, watching you. So many different things that are out there. You can go and walk right by someone's home or by someone's car, and you can be caught on camera walking watched. So, despite all that noise of watching and surveillance, our main focus here is to cut away on all that and see who is relevant. Who should you be aware of that's watching you? Now, of course, keep in mind these are readings for the collective. I will be doing this by zodiac sign. I invite you to think about your natal chart and think about how you feel, first of all. Specifically, I invite you to think about your moon sign, your 8th house sign, your 12th house sign, and what kind of planets are housed in those 8th and 12th houses, if any. What kind of energy is in that 8th or 12th house, if any, and how do you feel about it? Secondly, I also invite you to go and think about, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we will get started. So, Jean, is it Jean Luke? Jean Luck? Jean Luke, I guess. I have no idea what that means. But hello all the same. I want to set up one more thing before we get started. I will be doing this, as I said, by zodiac sign. I'll be doing this by element. I won't be time stamping it because I'm doing it on a phone, and for me to time stamp it is just an effort. It's a hassle. A hassle I don't feel like getting involved in. So just, skip around with your mouse or on your timeline And I will be listing in the description what order of the elements I go into. Each reading will take probably about 3 to 6 minutes, depending. And yeah, that's it. If you appreciate my time, do give me a thumbs up. Let me know that my time is appreciated. And of course, if anyone has any questions in between, I won't interrupt our reading but I can read afterwards. Hello, Bieber or Beber. Hello. Oh, and I see I got a like. Thank you so much. All right. So the first sign we'll start with, the first element we'll start with. I'm going to start with Earth. We'll start with Virgo. Oh, he's not hungry. In fact, I have chicken. Lots and lots of chicken, as you can see. Chicken all over the place. And bowl of chicken. Chicken, no less. So lucky me, I didn't have to cook it. Oh, they ate very, very well today, I can assure you. They ate tuna, they ate cat food, and as you see, they got a whole plate of chicken. See, the one who's meowing, I can't feed him. I can't give him a normal portion like everyone else. Like I just can't let him eat in front of a whole big bowl of food because he will be like a goldfish and he will gorge himself until he pukes. So all my other kitties, they can be there with the full bowls of food. That one, I have to give him small portions and make sure he digests it. So he's just meowing because he's seeing, her there with a full bowl of food and he has none, but he ate and he'll eat again. But yes, he's going, oh, that big bowl of food. That big bowl of food that I can't eat. But yes, my little gray and white kitty, I posted a video earlier, maybe about an hour ago or so, of him crying as I was preparing the turkey, the chicken. And I found him outside when he was a little baby boy. He was very hungry, and he's 5 years old now. And he still has to gorge himself. Those early childhood memory tapes, even for cats, it's hard for them to shake off. No, you have a little pussy cat too? Yes, I love kitties. In fact, I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. Oh, you have an orange tabby. Oh, little boy. I didn't know prior to getting my little two domestic short hairs, I didn't know that most of the orange tabbies are boys and most of the calicos are females until I started getting into domestics. But yes, we are just like them. Very much so. And then when you think about it, just how common life is, and how common the goals of all people, all living things are. And that's something that I'm constantly impressed upon. Even when they talk about going back to kitties and how the characteristics of cats. I've had a cat who really loved mice, protected mice. He loved mice. He was like mouse friend. And with my Siamese kitties, they won't go after birds. They're just very gentle that way. I have an intact male, and he is great with kittens. They say that if you don't neuter a male cat, he could attack and kill babies. My male loves kittens. He loves animals. There's all these things that they say, and you can't apply a blanket statement to it. Or if you have like an intact kitties, you'll have like 500 kittens by the end of the year. With my two Siamese, both my Siamese are intact, and I've never had kittens, not one litter. And my girl is 15. My boy is 8. So not everything is standard. And then with my two Mogi kitties that I have, my two domestics, I haven't seen a need to go and fix them. And as I said, they're 5 years old, and also two no kittens. Of course, when I leave the house or anything like that, I do bundle some up, but it's not like they're like they don't even go into heat that often. It's rarely. I mean, just things are not quite as drastic as things portray themselves to be overall. The common knowledge that's shared, so-called knowledge that's shared. And also too, I do think we're all very much alike, a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. Thank you. Anyway, let's go and begin this reading. A little belated here. But we're going to start off with earth signs, and then we'll work our way to the other three elements. We're going to start off with Virgo. Who is watching Virgo? Let's see, Virgo. Who do I have for you? Of course, this is Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. Definitely Virgo Moon, Virgo 8th house, Virgo 12th house. Think about those energies and where that lies in your chart. Oops, my cards are just jumping all over the place. All right. Virgo, who's watching you? Are you being watched? Is there someone who you should know about, Virgo, who's watching you? Well, Virgo, what I'm getting in this energy is unbothered. It doesn't even matter, Virgo. Right now, someone is watching you, someone isn't watching you. It's just non-consequential. You're on other things, Virgo. Doesn't matter who's watching you, how many people's watching you, how often they're watching you, how they're watching you. Virgo, you're just unbothered and in a whole different space. And Virgo, I think people are noticing that. Virgo, you're busy with doing your own thing. And there is someone or someone's plural, some people, Virgo, who realize that the time that they had with you was just a short phase, a short inconsequential phase, Virgo, to what you're doing now and where you're going. Virgo, there are people watching you, but there are people who are definitely rooted and remaining in your past. And all they can do, Virgo, is watch you go on to new levels of your life that they will never be privy to on a one-to-one basis. No point even saying the signs that I saw there, Virgo. Whoever is watching you, Virgo, is inconsequential to you. No. Let's see. Okay, so I am back. I had to switch my Wi-Fi over. So I'm on tour. For your card, I got the star. Of who's watching you. It's funny, isn't it? I was just realizing that was a Virgo reading I just did. That Nine of Pentacles with Virgo energy. Anyway, so I have Fool and I have the Star. Taurus, I read my Fools as Aquarius energy. Some say that the Fool is the sum total of everybody's energy, all the signs. Because it's a new beginning. And I have to say, Taurus, before I started doing specifically collective readings and specifically focusing on collective zodiac energy and the traits that I feel, didn't take that long for the Fool to really feel like Aquarian energy more than anything. The traits that are with the Aquarian collective are definitely strongest within the Fool. And so I'm just calling it out. First of all, Taurus, who do you know with Aquarius placements? Keep in mind, too, someone could be another sun sign, Taurus, but their signature sign could be Aquarius. They could be all Aquarius inside or practically all Aquarius inside. That's why we're not just solely our sun signs and not solely our big three either, depending on how the chart breaks down. Anyway, I do have significant Aquarian energy. Let me go and say that I have somebody who's a dreamer, someone who is, I might say they imagine themselves, Taurus, to be a free spirit person who's watching you. I say imagine because Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles is not exactly free spirit energy. This is someone who definitely likes convention, definitely follows convention, is urged to follow convention for their dreams. And I question here in their energy, Taurus, just how much of an innovator they truly are. I'm not saying this person is stodgy. I'm just saying that it's like this person, if you give them a mouse maze or you give them a hamster wheel, they're going to be quite happy running within that mouse maze or that hamster wheel, as opposed to truly branching out of it altogether. This person likes to follow convention, Taurus, this person who's watching you. This person thinks if they play the game well enough, if they, not quite to use this word, but I'm only using this word because my vocabulary fails me. It's like if they suck up enough or if they do the right motions, that's how they're going to get promoted. They have the ability, but they also have the personality, right? They're working everything they can to get ahead. Anyway, I have the star. Let me also say too, Taurus, that with this person who's watching you, you inspire in them either a hope for the type of family they wish to have, using you as an archetype, Taurus, and or Taurus, there could be a little competition in there. Who gets to achieve their dreams first? Anyway, let's go and find out more about the star. Two of Pentacles, Six of Swords, which is, again, Aquarius energy, and Ten of Swords. Taurus, this person you've moved away from long ago. Two, I'd say the reason why you moved away from this person is most likely, okay, quiet, Coachy, you're not getting food. I hear you. He says, oh, but there's a big big plate of chicken here. Surely I can eat some. You can't eat some right now or I'll be cleaning puke. Quiet. You can be quiet. Anyway, we're not going to cave into little cat meowings. Taurus, either this person or you, one of you moved away because there were boundaries that someone wouldn't go and cross. Someone wanted someone to they wanted to go and pull your strings, Taurus. They want to see how far they could go and influence you. How far would you go for the connection with them? And what they found out, Taurus, was no. You are not a jumping bean, Taurus, to go and react just because someone licks their fingers, Taurus. They wanted reactions from you, definitely. They want you to be more reactionary towards them. And Taurus, it feels like then that's kind of where in this waiting game, things just naturally went apart. Taurus, I have Two of Pentacles, Six of Swords, which, as I said, is more Aquarius energy, and 10 of Swords. Taurus, this person has not been dealing with you for a while. And this person has been trying to go and make their own way, make their own success in what they have been doing. I would say too, Taurus, with 10 of Swords, the Star, and Wheel of Fortune here, this person has achieved some significant life changes since you've met them. I'm not really getting so much about how they feel about your energy, but I can tell, Taurus, that you definitely were a catalyst for this person to better themselves and actually take an active interest in what they want to do, how they want to be perceived in the world. I'm also going to say to Taurus that while this person is attempting or has been moving away from you, moving towards an entirely different direction or directions, Taurus. Perhaps you were never on the same path to begin with, Taurus, with that Chariot and Four of Pentacles. It was just a momentary pit stop, Taurus, in this energy. I am going to say this person, although not dealing with you, Taurus, is still very much following up on you and what you do. Does this person intend to go and come back? Well, everything is actually in flux, I'm going to say as well, with the Star, Ten of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. You know, phases are over, but also, too, it doesn't mean that new beginnings can't happen. This person does have competitive energy towards you, though. You definitely inspired something in that person to be better, Taurus. But right now, this person is just watching you, and Taurus, well, you're living your life, Taurus, and this person's living theirs. No intention as of yet to approach, but they definitely look at you in some sort of admiration, which is kind of weird. They follow up on you. You're definitely a metric Taurus. How fortunate for that person to have met you, Taurus, because you are a positive catalyst in that person's life. And I feel, Taurus, that positivity only was towards that person. You could have probably done without the whole encounter or situation in the first place. But you bettered somebody else's life and put them on a stronger path. Oh, there's also some Capricorn besides Aquarius, and there was some Gemini in there. And Cancer, if we want to talk about signs. But strongest was Aquarius. Capricorn. Who is watching Capricorn? Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn rising, if you connect with your rising energies. Keep in mind, of course, too, rising is how they see you. Definitely Capricorn 12th house, Capricorn 8th house. And if anything is housed in those planets, well, think about it. Think about it. Think about how you feel. So Capricorn, who's watching Capricorn? Is Capricorn being watched? And if so, who's that person they should be aware of? Someone has something to tell you, Capricorn. They have something to show you, something to tell you, some good news to share, Capricorn. Capricorn, they want to make sure that everything is either set in stone or it's a definite, or they have some tangible metals or benefits or trappings or something of that nature to show off. But Capricorn, the person who's watching you, has something to tell you, something to show you. Three of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, but what I have here is Aries and Leo. Interesting. Capricorn will find out more. So, Two of Wands, Capricorn. Someone has plans about you, Capricorn. They want to impress you, Capricorn. They want you to be impressed by them. That's very important to them. Very important to them. Oh, somebody's holding back from themselves to you, Capricorn. Maybe, Capricorn, when you were dealing with them, you didn't take them quite seriously, or they felt like, well, they definitely wanted to be in a superior position. They wanted to be sparkly to you, Capricorn. They wanted to be heads and shoulders superior to you. They wanted to dazzle you. They wanted you to be highly impressed by them. And Capricorn, what I have in this energy is this person is just a tad naive. A tad naive Capricorn. Capricorn, I do have significant Leo energy in here again. Seven of Wands is Leo energy. Strength is also Leo energy. Who do you know, Capricorn, with significant fire energy? Significant Leo energy. Also, too, I read my queens as cardinals, so Queen of Wands would be Aries. We have definitely strong Aries and strong Leo. Capricorn, this person is could very well be a suitor of yours, a potential suitor that somehow their nerve, their chutzpah, their bravado or bravada, depending, got, shrunk. Capricorn, this person feels like they don't measure up. And in all honesty, Capricorn, from the energy that I get here, this person doesn't quite measure up. You know why I say to Capricorn, this person doesn't measure up? Because it's like what they hope to show you is kind of immature. You know, it's like smearing your face with lipstick, with makeup, and like a little kid when they show on the TV. Not that I ever did it, but I think I maybe did do nail polish, and I probably still do the nail polish the same way, right? You just dunk your whole fingers in it. But it's like this person has the mentality of like if they smear makeup all over themselves, they'll be dazzling. They don't quite understand what truly makes one dazzle. That's why I say this person is coming up a little short and is a little short, because it's like they haven't understood, first of all, themselves and what their own gifts are. And that they're not going to discover, Capricorn, their own gifts by looking at someone else and comparing themselves to other people. The energy is cute though, Capricorn, not malicious. And not just because I have a Page of Cups, which I do consider that my chirpy energy. Capricorn, you have an admirer that's waiting to come into play. And Capricorn, this person does have significant fire. Capricorn, this person could be younger than you, physically younger than you. This person definitely has a mentality younger than you. And Capricorn, this person's been keeping themselves up in bay, keeping themselves from you at bay. Capricorn, if this person deals with you, because this person with Two of Wands, you know, they may be around you. They may not just be keeping themselves entirely separate from you. If they're around you, Capricorn, they'd be the type to come around you when they have something they want to share or something to show, you know, some way to make themselves look good. In this energy, Two of Wands, clarified by a Seven of Wands, Page of Cups, and Strength. In this energy, this is like someone who resurfaces to you or appears to you when they want you to be impressed, like little tiny positive interactions that they're planning on building up into, first of all, positive experiences with them, until finally they can go and something that they're preparing, something that they're working on, Capricorn, will allow them to feel able to say, to make some more forward moves, such as an invitation out, or maybe even a longer drawn out conversation. Anyway, Capricorn, you have an admirer to you, and that person wants to present themselves in their best light. And as they want to present themselves in their best light, Capricorn, they are keeping a distance from you to make sure nothing significant happens before they're ready. It's like in this energy, they smile, but they don't want to talk because what if they say something that's wrong? Or what if the conversation goes really well and you'll have to know each other more, and then this person, Capricorn, says, oh, but I'm not ready yet. This person is that kind of energy. That's who's watching. We'll go on to the next sign. Next sign, next element. Well, we already did earth, but we did not do water. Let's go on to Scorpio. We'll go on to water signs. Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising, Scorpio 8th house. Of course, 8th house is the native house of Scorpio, isn't it? In that respect, it could apply to everyone, Pisces and Scorpio being 12th house and 8th house energies. That could be definitely a collective reading that applies to everyone as its native house energy. And of course, Scorpio 12th house. Chi-chi, quiet. Says, I have a big bowl of chicken. The little gray and white kitty is like cried himself to sleep. He says, I cannot get to the big bowl of chicken. Anyway, let's go on to who is watching Scorpio. Let's see, Scorpio. I want this card, Scorpio. Page of Swords. Well, someone is determined to make themselves known, Scorpio, to you. Could be determined to make themselves known to you, Scorpio, rather soon. Chi-chi. He's trolling me. He says, I'm going to sit and be good. We'll let him be good. So, Scorpio, with the Chariot and the Sun. These could be timing cards, Scorpio, especially with Page of Swords. Timing cards for the 21st, I believe, is Cancerian season kickoff, and probably July 21st, July 20th, something like that, is Leo season. Shortly, 60 days, next 2 months or so. But as someone who's determined to make themselves known, just determined to come forward, determined to have you know them, determined to say something exactly to your face, Scorpio. This person says it's essential for them to say this to your face, Scorpio. Look at that, Scorpio. This person may have significant fire, as we do have all 3 fire signs popping up here: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I also have Virgo here. So the number 9 could be relevant to Scorpio. But of course, the 9s together with that Chariot and that Sun, if you ask me, 9. Well, I think, are we in a 9 year? Or are we in 8 year? I forget. Numerically. If somebody wants to take a look and let me know. But I think we're either in a 9 year. Numerically, if you break it down, a number 9. But my point is, Scorpio, 9s are literally right before you reach 10, and then numerically 10 breaks down to 1. It's a new beginning. Although it's a 10, it's an ending. Essentially, it's a beginning. It's a new beginning. You don't need necessarily an ace when you have a 10. What I have here are 2 9s waiting for something new to go and start. However, I will say with 9 of Wands and Hermit, Scorpio, a lot of indecision. Take a step forward, take a step back. Essentially, this person's just wobbling in the same place. They have been wobbling in the same place. They've been waiting for the right moment, the right circumstances, especially I'd say too with Justice and 7 of Wands, waiting and wobbling for the right circumstances, also the right words to go and say. And you know what, Scorpio, this person who's going to come to you, they don't have the right words to say. Maybe they have the right words, Scorpio, but they don't have the right delivery. The manner in which they will approach you and make themselves known, something's going to be off about it. Not bad, just off, just rough, just friction. You know, a Page of Swords energy, I like Page of Swords. I don't really see Page of Swords as quote unquote bad news, but a Page of Swords is going to get their message across regardless if you want to hear it or not. It's like feeling a little foreboding there, isn't it, Scorpio? But I mean, in the fact that like a Page of Swords, maybe they don't have the correct words to say what they're feeling, but they're going to try and share that. This person may not have the best people skills or the best sense of timing or the best sense of delivery, but you're going to know where you stand with a Page of Swords. Page of Swords isn't particularly crafty, and if the Page of Swords is crafty, that craftiness is not going to be subtle. You're not going to be deceived with a Page of Swords. Whatever the Page of Swords does, you will sense it out. It will be obvious to you. Page of Swords, all the pages are rather, well, you know, they're juvenile energy, so therefore they don't really have the craftiness that like a King of Swords would have, for instance. Doesn't have that experience yet, doesn't have the ability to cloak themselves in that veneer. Anyway, Page of Swords is you see is what you get. It's transparent. Anything more I want to say about this Scorpio? Well, yeah, somebody's going to come, make themselves known to you. They've been waiting for the right chance. They've been watching you for a while, definitely in your energy. And this person, when they do approach Scorpio, it's going to be a bit, well, not smooth, not suave, but you will definitely understand their intent. And this person wants to be acknowledged by you. Is that a love reading? I'm not quite sure, Scorpio, in that energy. And I got the other ones there, but this person definitely wants to be, they want to have your attention. They want to capture the limelight with you. Let's go on to the next water sign. Next water sign. We have Pisces and we have Cancer. Let's do Pisces. Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising, if you feel Pisces rising. Pisces 12th house. In this reading, I'm also going to say with the fact that the native house of 12th house energy, or the native sign of 12th house energy, is Pisces, Piscean. Definitely a reading that everyone can consider and listen to. So Pisces 12th house, Pisces 8th house. Who's watching Pisces? That card just fell out. Pisces, I really want to pull, so I'm going to take another card. Pisces, who's watching Pisces? Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness, all these queens, Pisces. Are you going to level up, Pisces, with all these queens and have an opportunity to be regarded as Empress energy? Or do you just simply have a whole lot of feminine energy around you, Pisces? Either you're consolidating your energy and leveling up, and or Pisces, you have a whole lot of women around you watching you. Are they family? If they're family, you don't talk to them anymore, Pisces. Their family, in fact, Pisces, I'd say they make your skin crawl. The second card that I got was Judgment. Person who's watching you, Pisces, are people who are not part of your life anymore. At one point, Pisces, they were very close to you. Maybe they were sisters, maybe they were close friends. Anyway, Pisces, they knew a lot about what was going on in your life, a lot about what was going on in your hope, in your dreams, in your heart. Pisces, also, too, where you wanted to go. Where you want to go, what you want to do, what you feel like you're meant to do. Pisces, the person who's watching you, or the people. I have a lot of people who are watching you, Pisces, are people who were close to you and now no longer. With that, what was that icky energy? There was an icky energy here. Oh, it was a Five of Cups with Scorpio. Well, both are Scorpio energy, actually. Not that I'm saying it's a Scorpio, but we just have Five of Cups and death. Transformation, heavy transformation. Of course, Ten of Cups is Piscean energy. Pisces, you cut people out because it wasn't healthy for you to go and keep them around you. You said adios, goodbye, hasta luego, zaijian, etc. Right? You were like, that's enough for me. Anyway, people are watching you because they say they know you, even though they haven't dealt with you in a while. And this energy too, this isn't recent energy, the disappointments that they created and the reason why you cut them off, Pisces. That was a while ago, Pisces, and they still are there going, I know, Pisces. Oops. Pisces, let's go and find out more. So, I got Queen of Pentacles, Judgment came out. We had all those queens, Pisces. I'm going to read these together, Pisces, but basically what I'm seeing is a fork in the road with your relationships, possibly with some very strong feminine energy, and or Pisces, you could have been that feminine to them. You cut them off. You said they weren't worth it, that they were nasty. And you know what, Pisces, in that energy that I have there, they definitely were not good. If you ask me, Pisces, good thing that you cut them off in that energy. But they're watching you. Watching how you move, Pisces. These people are watching you almost in a mocking type of energy. They say, oh, Pisces said blah, blah. Look at all these pages. All these pages, fresh energy with pages, new ideas, new ways of, first of all, new relationships, new ways of moving, new ways of thinking, new ways of speaking, innovation as well. I'm going to say with 3 pages coming up in your energy like that, innovation and applying that innovation, working with new ideas, new circumstances, new situations, adaptable, Pisces. One thing they can definitely say, Pisces, the people who know you, they know, Pisces, that you are adaptable as anything. Then, of course, we have the Hangman, which is Piscean energy. Pisces, the people who are watching you too, they've always seen you as independent, always seen you as self-reliant. Perhaps in this energy too, Pisces, they've also are probably there going, well, she or he always thought that they were too good. Now, you know what, Pisces, in the energy that I have here with all that pages and whatnots, yes, too good. Pisces, essentially with King of Wands, Knight of Wands, and Judgment and Hangman, people are just watching how you move. But these people are people who either were like sisters, were like family, close friends. And these people, Pisces, you haven't dealt with them in a long time, but they're still going, oh, I know Pisces. And also, too, Pisces, they're jealous of your flexibility and your ingenuity. They're jealous of your capacity to roll with the punches and also to rise above anything that gets thrown your way, Pisces. Because they know that if they were in the same circumstances that you've been in and that you're in, Pisces, they would just fold up and crumple. People who are watching you are watching your strength as you live out your life, Pisces. I'm not going to bother reading out signs because there's no point. But basically, they're just watching a testament to your very life spirit and your intelligence and your talent. That's who's watching, Pisces. Let's go on to the next or the final water sign, and that is Cancer. Who's watching, Cancer? Okay. Cancer. Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. Cancer in the 12th house, Cancer 8th house. Who's watching, Cancer? Cancer, the devil really wanted to come up. Do I want to take that? You know what, Cancer? I personally don't want to take that devil. We're going to fold that devil all right back in there. We're going to fold back the hermit. We're going to fold back the lovers. We're going to fold all of it back, Cancer. Who's watching, Cancer? If I was going to read those cards of who's watching you, Cancer, well, obviously that's a love, an admirer, a love that didn't get to quite realize itself, Cancer. And that person is obsessed with you, Cancer. That person's in deep introspection about you, Cancer. That person has philosophical bents, Cancer. And that's why we're not even going to touch it. No. Let's go and get a fresh one. In fact, Cancer, just going to do this. I'm going to call in some fresh spirits in here, Cancer. All right. My cards are all jumpy in general, though. I think they were jumping a lot during Taurus, too. Look at that. Jumpy. Anyway, who is watching, Cancer? Some more cards doing jumpy. Okay. So who's watching, Cancer? Hello. I don't do free personal readings, but it's only $5, surely. You can go and spot me $5 of love, and I'll be more than happy to pull a yes or no for you. It is a collective. This is what I do for the community. And as my channel isn't monetized, if anyone wants to go and spot me a tip or a donation through Cash App or buy me a coffee, that would be awesome too. I already did earth signs. Now I'm just concluding water signs. Then I'll be doing air and fire. And I invite you to think about your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, if you feel it. Definitely your 8th house and 12th house energies. So take a peek at your natal chart again if you need to. Think about what energies you are feeling right now, or you are most connected to right now. Anyway, we're on Cancer. So, Cancer. Cancer. And of course, some cards were falling out for Cancer. One more time. All right. Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer 8th house, Cancer 12th house. Who is watching? Cancer. Cancer, I want that card. The Moon. I do read my moons as Cancer. That Hermit really wants to come out. This is essentially, Cancer, if you ask me, this is essentially the same pull I just unintentionally got with the Devil. Same message. Same message, Cancer. Who's watching you? Someone who wants to, first of all, get up in your face. Someone who wants to start with you, Cancer. Someone who's attracted to you, Cancer. Someone who thinks they have something to gain from you, Cancer. Someone who you are impressive in their eyes, Cancer. They like the way you move. They want to make a significant impression. They want to approach, but they don't know how, because if they approach, they want success. They need success. They don't want to be approached and dismissed. They don't want to be approached. They don't want to approach and be discarded, Cancer. So Cancer also, too, they're watching you to figure out, how do you move? How do you think? This person is psychoanalyzing you, Cancer. This person wants to figure you out, and to Cancer, this person assumes that they are skilled enough in people watching, in psychology, in human motivations to psych you out, Cancer. Essentially the same exact energy from that Devil card that came out. Anyway, Cancer, let's go and find out more about that Moon. I'm not taking those cards, too many. So the Moon. Moon has 8 of Wands. Well, luckily, Cancer, you won't have to wait very long to find out who this person is. You won't have to wait very long at all to find out who that person is. Oops, my cards are falling around. So 8 of Swords came out, Cancer. It's someone who you don't know. Or maybe the word don't know isn't the right word for me to use. The person who's watching you is someone who you are not in communication with. You are not in contact with them. Cancer, this person has been around you, but has been skirting being noticed by you. This person does not want to be noticed by you. Probably because, too, Cancer, if they knew that you were noticing them, they'd have an answer to all their introspection and psychoanalyzing they've been doing to you right away. You'd probably give them a blunt yes or no immediately. And they're like, oh, I'm not prepared. My fragile heart. This person has fragility, Cancer. This person considers themselves tender, despite having a 5 of Swords and Hermit type of energy here. With the Moon here, definitely considers themselves fragile. Internally, they're fragile. Their self beyond their facade is fragile. And probably, too, I'm going to say also, too, Cancer, another thing. Not only is internally are they fragile, They're probably particularly vulnerable, Cancer, to the things that only you would say to them. If you wanted to make an impact, if, Cancer, you wanted them to hurt, or at least to self-reflect and acknowledge, bring to light some things about them that they don't want to have another's opinion on. Anyway, so the moon clarified by 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, and Page of Wands. It's a little funny. It's a little funny, Cancer, because, well, besides the fact it's all fire, this is also kind of like a wholesome energy, despite all that other stuff before. This is wholesome energy in the fact that this person really clearly, sincerely wants to, if I was to use a colloquial saying, Cancer, shoot their shot, make themselves known, proposition you, and I don't mean in a bad way. So I have 2 of Cups, Knight of Cups, 6 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Having somebody who's preparing for an opportunity. They'd like a love opportunity with you. They do see you, Cancer. Well, it's like that love at first sight type of energy, or each time they see you, there's a magnetism. Of course, they haven't seen you in a while, Cancer. And I'd also say, too, in this energy, they haven't seen you in a while, and no one has vibed with them quite like your energy has. Unique energy, one that they can't forget, an imprint that they can't forget. Or simply the way you hold yourself up, Cancer, is a way they can't forget. The person who's watching you is wondering how can they approach you, Cancer, when so much time has gone by already. And Cancer, it's almost like you're an entirely different person now. Not only do you not know that person anymore, Cancer, you've changed. You've changed, Cancer. From the person who the one that's watching you is imagining or remembering. Quiet, Chi-Chi. So let's go on to the next collective. Shall we go on to fire? Should we go into fire and then we'll do air? Now I get like all earth and air. Oh well, we'll just start off with the cardinal signs. Let's start with Aries. Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries 8th house, Aries 12th house. What do I have for Aries? Who is watching Aries? Actually getting a little tired. Of course, it's been an hour. Let's see how far I get. Let me get something to drink first. I know, a huge container of apple cider to drink. It's like the day of juice fast. Of course, I did eat some kale, baby kale, and cherry tomatoes in solidarity with my gophers. I felt pretty good about that too. Now eating lettuce just makes me so happy. Anyway, so I see my little gophers, and then we both eat the lettuce together. Oh, I love it. Anyway, who am I doing? I'm doing Aries. Aries. Who is watching Aries? Aries, the person that's watching you, one or the other, it's kind of like the gum on your shoe that you can't get rid of. You ran into this person at some point, Aries, and your impression is so strong, Aries, that it lingers like an aftertaste. It lingers like a smell. It lingers, Aries, like sticky handprints on a doorknob or on a mouse. You know, sometimes those computer mice, when if you've ever at your workplace, Aries, if you're ever at a workplace or a public computer, or you use somebody else's computer, and you know how sometimes because they eat, or the steering wheel too, you know how sometimes it has that oily like grime on it. Anyway, my point is, Aries, someone ran into you and they cannot shake you off, because there's more going on to the connection, Aries, and what that person is allowing themselves to understand, to believe, to give credence to. Chi-Chi, you be quiet. First, the little gray and white kitty was locked up. Now I have my Siamese locked up, and he says, no. He says, I need to be out. The little gray and white kitty needs to be locked up. You don't understand that we're an equal opportunist household here. Everybody can get locked up equally if they're bad. Anyway, yes, Aries, that's the person who's watching you. This person had an encounter with you. This person knows you, Aries. And Aries, the reason why you hit this person so hard still is because there is more to the connection than meets the eye. This is a soul connection, Aries. Soul connection that they didn't want to give credence to, they didn't want to acknowledge. Signs, well, I have Libra, Leo, Scorpio, a Pisces, Cancer-ish energy. But more than anything, this tells me that this person had a gift, a chance encounter. And they didn't want to quite acknowledge it. So I have the Hermit, Two of Wands, which is Aries energy. Ace of Swords, someone's making a decision about you, Aries. Perhaps too, with Judgment, Two of Wands, and the Hermit, they should have made this decision far, far earlier. But they're going to make that decision now. They're wondering if all is lost with you, Aries. Is everything lost, or can things be rebuilt with you? I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. I know that's what my lives are like. But, I have kitties and they do things and I have to go and take care of them. So, back, Aries, yes, I have Judgment with Hermit, Two of Wands, and Ace of Swords. This is somebody who you know, Aries, someone who took a long time to come back to you. Aries, this person tried to shake you off, but they could not. They didn't want to acknowledge the fact that something else was going on with the connection. They had an opportunity that was presented by God, by spirit, by the forces, by ancestors, whatever you want to go and call it, Aries. The fact is, something other than our physical selves gave a gift of meeting you to another. It was literally a gift, Aries. And this person could not handle the connection, could not handle what they felt about you, Aries. And they went away for whatever reason. Why they went away, they went away. I'm not going to go and touch why they went away. All I know is that the person who's watching you now, as you lingered, and they're probably going, this is ridiculous. Like, why am I thinking about Aries? Makes no sense. Why am I reminded about Aries? Why is Aries resurfacing in my mind? Makes no sense. Well, it's beginning to dawn on them that there's something else that's going on here. I don't know if they're there thinking, oh, past life connection or anything, but they are thinking no one is quite like Aries. And Aries, I'm going to pull one more. I'm going to pull two more cards on you, actually, for this. Hermit, because I'm curious. Hermit gets the Devil. Why am I thinking about Aries? Why am I always obsessive about Aries? And Ace of Swords. That Nine of Swords wants to come out. But you know what? I'm going to keep that Nine of Swords. Eight of Swords. They don't know what to do. And that Fool got reversed. Funny. Yeah, so the person who's watching you, this is someone who I'm not going to call this a karmic. This is someone who you have past life threads with. Your meeting was initially a gift to the person. Now, would the second time around, Aries, also be a gift to that person? Well, dynamics have changed. Disappointment has set in. You've seen things, and also, too, you've changed, right? You've evolved from the time that you met that person. Plus, that person, you can have the freshness of that meeting, the freshness of possibility that before you could have, because now there's a foundation, there's a precedent that's been established. This person knows that, Aries. I have someone who wants to come forward who's watching you. And since I already clarified all, I'm going to put one more on that on this Ace of Swords. Nine of Cups. You're having a past person reappear to you, Aries. But as I said, Aries, while you were a gift to that person at that time, you were a gift at that point. And they overlooked that. Are you still going to be the gift on the second time around? I don't think that person has considered that. They didn't honor the connection that they were given to you when they were given it to you. If you disregard something and let it fall into neglect and then try and pick it up and show it respect later, that's an entirely different situation. And again, there's already been a history that's been built. Anyway, Aries, that's who's watching you. Let's go on to Leo. Who's watching Leo? Queen of Wands, Leo. The richness that you have, Leo. The richness of your future that you have, Leo. Someone sees exactly where you're going, Leo, and while it feels like a little bit of impatience for you to get there, it doesn't quite want to go and hang out. Almost like a little red hen. No, not little red hen. Yeah, little red hen. Almost like little red hen energy, Leo. Who will help me plow the fields? Who will help me plant the grain? Who will help me harvest the grain? Who will help me bake the bread? Who will help me eat? Leo, I have people here who are waiting to eat. The bread that you grew, that you baked, that you worked for. Leo, there are people who are anticipating and salivating over your success. And Leo, they don't want to help you get there. But they're all ready, Leo, for when that table of yours is bountiful. They are all ready to go munch, munch. Tasty. I have the Lovers. I have Hangman. Leo, this person is not a love suitor for you. This person is family. This person is connected with things that you love, could be very well be family. If this person is not a possible hand in marriage, could be a hand in marriage. I have you as single, but at the same point, you could be single from the family unit. Anyway, Leo, I have somebody here who definitely is salivating over your success. And I'm going to say to Leo, maybe this person feels like they don't quite have to help you. No, they should. I take that back. I take that back. I was going to say maybe they feel like you're so capable they don't have to help you. No, they could have helped. They know they could have helped. Leo, this could be family. This could be someone, a romantic interest of yours, with the Lovers and Four of Wands in this energy together with Hierophant both apply. I have somebody here, Leo. This person should have helped you at a very critical juncture. In this energy, Leo, maybe that critical juncture that they should have helped you at, maybe it was a while ago. Maybe it was not too long ago. Not too long ago, maybe it was something like 3 months ago, like in other words, last winter. Or Leo, last winter, last chilly time it was chilly. Or Leo, maybe this was literally years ago. This could be as long as 10 years ago. This could be as recent as a few months ago. But all I know, Leo, is that you needed help. And if you ask me, that help, if you had assistance at that time, it would have been quite significant. And Leo, whatever you had worked yourself out of, because Leo, the energy that I have here for the message I have here, you definitely worked yourself out. Of course, whatever situation, you would work yourself out into a good place. You have that ability. Nine of Pentacles with Queen of Wands. Very capable, very self-reliant, very strong, very smart. very talented. Any circumstances that you were in that was negative, you'd rise above that. But the point is, Leo, if you had a bit of assistance, Leo, the time it took you to get back on your feet again, to be able to be on level ground, could have been cut down so much faster. Could have been on your feet and going to where you're meant to go, Leo, so much sooner. If you just had a little bit of help. So that's what I'm seeing here, Leo, for those of you out there. I have someone here who should have helped you. And in fact, Leo, if you ask me to, and this energy that I have here, I wouldn't be surprised if the person was there going, oh, well, Leo doesn't need my help because Leo is capable and I got my own things and this is like Leo's problem, blah, blah, blah. But as I said, if you had a little bit of help, Leo, the time that it took you to get back on your feet would have been so much faster and you could have moved so much farther. And anyway, Leo, this energy of this person that's watching you, this person knows that you are always going to be rising. You are always going to find success. And Leo, this person is anticipating your next round or the current round of successes that you are building up, that's coming forward to you. And already, Leo, to sit at a table that you've worked for, that you've laid out, that you've prepared, that you've cooked. They're all prepared to eat the fantastic dinner that you've been working for. And they, Leo, they did help. They helped in a minuscule way. What I'm getting here is that they're planning on eating at your table, enjoying your bounty. And they didn't contribute not one iota, not one significant ounce of effort towards you, for you. You could have made things easier and facilitated things to go a lot smoother. So remember that, Leo, the person who's watching you, I do feel like this is someone who's not separate from you, but this person, Leo, although you may be on friendly terms with them, you may think, oh, well, we have relationship, we have history, blah, blah, blah. Potential, that definitely is the energy that I have here. This person did not close any doors. He just did not help as they should have. There's someone in your energy, they're watching you, they're also interacting with you. This person is not a spook in the window, a spook out astral projecting towards you. This is someone with a physical presence, physical smell, audible voice by you, around you. And you shouldn't forget how they treated you, Leo, in your time of need. Better to sit and eat at that table by yourself, Leo. All right, we'll go on to the next collective. Let's see. Sagittarius. Sagittarius Sun. Sagittarius Moon. Sagittarius Rising. Sagittarius 12th house. What energy a Sagittarius 12th house must be. I think that's pretty wild. It must be getting the portal to some pretty wild things, Sagittarius 12th house. Sagittarius 8th house. All right, Sagittarius. What do I have? Who is watching? Sagittarius. Someone from the past, Sagittarius. You know, it's a little weird though, Sagittarius. Temperance here with 6 of Cups together with Two of Pentacles almost feels like spirit. And I don't mean God spirit, world spirit, nature spirit. I mean like the spirits that in Halloween you could put a shirt, a shirt, like oh, we're all wearing shirts, a sheet over you. You could put a sheet over you and cut out 2 holes for the eyes and maybe 1 for the nose if you feel like you can't breathe. But anyway, 2 holes for the eyes, and you go wandering around. You go, woo, right? It feels like you have, excuse me, you have spirits. Feels a little not quite human. You got stuff around you, Sagittarius. We're just going to call it that stuff. You could have a little bit of human. You could have a little bit of, as I said, something that is not human under the sheets with 2 holes cut out for the eyes and going like this and saying, give me candy. You got stuff around you. 7 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. Of course, 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. A little delicious here. Sagittarius, you have a bunch of things in your energy. I do feel some of the stuff that you have. Did someone depart, Sagittarius? I feel like in this energy, the departing, if the departing didn't happen a while ago, Sagittarius, and this person has been basically removed from life for a while, like for instance, maybe they were in hospice or, I don't know, just out of it, rehab, what have you, on their bed, in their room. That's what I mean by removed from life. Sagittarius, you have I feel like something that once was human. You do have human things around you too, but you have some not quite human things around you. I don't feel like, I'm not going to say demons or devils or whatever, but I feel like you kind of have something that maybe once was human. It feels like maybe you have someone who was departed, who has departed watching you. Person can't get in contact with you, Sagittarius. Person doesn't have the words, or being, spirit, whatever. They don't have the words to get in contact with you. Don't have the methods for getting in contact with you. If anything, Sagittarius, they are watching you, they are around. And Sagittarius feels like through your subconscious. What have you been dreaming, Sagittarius? Maybe Sagittarius, when you let your mind wander, what kind of thoughts come up? Sagittarius, is there anything that you like or anything that has caught your attention just out of nowhere and you're going, oh, I noticed that, or I like that, or how nice is that? I feel like there are signs around you, Sagittarius, but they're very subtle because the language that someone is trying to communicate to you with, and also to the language that you would respond to, both are foreign to you and the other. And so there's miscommunication here. But the presence is all around you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you do, as I said, have some things in the flesh watching you too. But primarily the message that I have for you right now, you have someone who departed who's watching you. And Sagittarius, if you wish to know why is that person watching you or whatnot, my suggestion to you would be let your mind wander. And Sagittarius, what comes into mind during those spots where you let your mind wander aimlessly, whether you want to call it meditation or daydreaming? And also, too, Sagittarius, what have you been dreaming? Can you remember your dreams? Pay note and attention to your dreams. Who's in your dreams, Sagittarius? What's in your dreams? What happens in your dreams? Someone is trying to get in contact with you, Sagittarius, and how they're communicating to you is such a mismatch from how you'll receive that information. But they're all heavily around you. Also, too, Sagittarius, what was the third thing I was going to say? Well, there was one more. Oh, yes. Notice the signs. Signs are happening. But as I said, they're subtle things. It's not going to be like a flower pot falling from the sky. So, Sagittarius, in those moments when you're sitting and letting your mind wander, Sagittarius, I would take even subtle ones. Like if you're sitting and you notice an ant crawling up on a tree or a branch or the chair you're on if you're outside. Or Sagittarius, if you notice a car go by and maybe that isn't a car, but it's a red truck. I mean, would that mean anything to you? I think start looking at the things that are around you that seem commonplace, and would that mean anything to you? If you ordered a bagel, Sagittarius, and if that bagel came with pumpernickel seeds instead of sesame seeds, think about something like that, Sagittarius. If you notice someone ahead of you and that person is wearing a color. Maybe that person's name is someone whose name reminds you of someone else. Think about those sorts of signs, a Sagittarius, because there's a mismatch there, again, of communication. And continue to be a mismatch unless, if you want to, Sagittarius, if you care to, that will continue. Anyway. So we did all fire. Now we have air left over. Let's do Gemini as we're in Gemini season. Who is watching Gemini? Gemini sun, Gemini moon, Gemini rising, Gemini 12th house, Gemini 8th house. Of course, too, Gemini, if you have any significant Gemini energy, and if you're really feeling the Gemini, well, I'm sure other placements can apply. I leave that up to you. But Gemini. Want that card, actually. I feel pink here, Gemini. Self-respect, Gemini. Self-respect. Let's see, Gemini. Nine of Pentacles. Devil. Gemini, some people just keep on coming around you. I feel like it's more some people than a type. Also, too, Gemini, in this energy for some of you, perhaps this person or this energy that keeps coming around you, perhaps, Gemini, just perhaps. There could be reasons for you to reach out to them for whatever reason, and maybe Gemini, perhaps this person comes through to you sporadically. Maybe this is someone who you need to talk to. Maybe this is someone who you need help from, Gemini, and then this person comes through. But this is someone who you know, someone who you have history with, someone who I would say too, Gemini, you would prefer not to deal with this person. You would prefer not to deal with this person. First and foremost, Gemini, this person is not your type of person. Essentially, when it's all said and done about this person, Gemini, very much not your type of person. But this person makes this person presents themselves to you. This person wants to be of service because they want to be in your energy, Gemini. They very, very, very much, that Empress energy, very much Gemini wants to be in your energy, wants to be around you, wants to say that they know you, wants to perhaps go out with you, be seen with you. But Gemini, this person is so not your person, not your type. And they know that. And it's like this person, the most they can hope for, Gemini, is to be your friend. And even that, Gemini, even though maybe you have no logical, or at least initially when you first met them, maybe you had no logical reason for not wanting to be friendship, other than the fact that you just come from two different places here. And you operate in different manners. And the person who's watching you is someone who you have dealt with before. This person is either waiting for the chance to reappear, make themselves of use for you. Definitely in this energy, Gemini, you could call up this person and say, hey, can you blah, blah, blah for me? And I do think this person would do that for you because they'd want another chance to be around you, another chance to talk to you, another chance just to sit by you, Gemini. Sit by you and just talk to you. But ultimately, Gemini, I think this person is someone who, if you could, you'd keep a mile away from them, Gemini. If you could, you'd be like, I don't know that person. Maybe, Gemini, you'd be a little bit like, ew, like that. You'd be like, no. Anyway, Gemini, yeah, somebody like that is watching you. Anticipating, Gemini. Anticipating when they can come and at the very least sit by you again. Hear your voice, Gemini. Feel your magnetic electrical aura, Gemini. Have you look at them, Gemini, in person. I guess we'll go on to Libra. Who is watching Libra? Libra. I have 9 of Wands. Oh, so tiresome, Libra. Person's been so patient, Libra. Everything has to be perfect, Libra. Why won't you notice them, Libra? Why won't you make the moves towards them, Libra? Seriously, that's what this person is feeling. They said, why can't Libra just call me, invite me, pay attention to me, do things with me? Why can't Libra be the one to come forward? Someone wants you to do the work, Libra. Why do they want you to do the work? I don't know, but they want you to do the work. They said Libra should be the one. They want you to chase them, Libra. Of course, it's egotistical here. So Libra should chase me. That would make me feel so good, so wanted. And yet I have nothing. Nothing. Boo-hoo. Ace of Wands. Hermit. Ouch, Libra. I have unrequited love, Libra. I have somebody who really, 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 really likes you, Libra. Libra, this person could have played it cool with you. Not cold, just cool with you, Libra. Because if they played it cool with you, Libra, they'd want you to chase. Of course, Three of Swords is Libra energy. They'd want you to chase. And yet, Libra, nothing ever happened. You didn't chase them. They feel horrible about it. They're watching you. They go, oh, why hasn't Libra, blah, 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 blah. And I believe you're still single, Libra. Or they perceive you as still single. There's still hope for me. Hope for us, Libra. Somebody's going on and on in their head about the possibilities of what could exist between you and them. But Libra, they're not going to go and get the kahunas, get the gumption to go and speak to you. Maybe they're shy, Libra. Well, they definitely are heartbroken, Libra, and also too, they are tongue-tied. Tongue-tied and heartbroken and just mooning at you from afar. Well, some of us have been there. Some of us are still there. Oh, what unpleasant energy. But Libra, yes, you have somebody here who would love to be yours, Libra. And all they can do is hope, Libra, that you will be the one to chase them. That's what I got. And the final reading is Aquarius. Aquarius, who every time I hear the word Aquarius, I think of that song. I don't know who it's by, but I think it's the same song that group that did I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet, and then they did Let the Sun Shine In. I believe it's all one song, isn't it? They do When the Moon is in the 7th house, and I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet, and they do Let the Sun Shine In, or at least some renditions that I've heard on the radio chop it all together. But yes, I think of that every single time I hear Aquarius. It's so disturbing, Aquarius. No other collective has a theme song going on in my head. It's unfair. And of course, the Fool is Aquarius energy. Anyway, Aquarius, do you care about who's watching you? You got your own theme song. Why should you care about who's watching you, Aquarius? Who's watching Aquarius? Is Aquarius being watched? Mysterioso Aquarius. A couple of things can be going on in this energy, Aquarius. One, the person who's watching you is someone who's healed. Also, too, Aquarius, the person who's watching you could be someone, Aquarius, who has no need to watch you because they're healed, has no need to watch you, Aquarius, because they've moved on to other things. They've accepted the situation between you as it is, and they understand quite clearly, Aquarius, that they have to move forward on to other things. They understand too, Aquarius, in this energy, probably the questions that they have to you, about you, with you, will never get answered. They won't ask for questions. They won't ask for explanation to Aquarius. They've accepted the situation as it is, Aquarius. Are they really watching you, Aquarius, or have they made peace with the connection that you've had? I have acceptance here, Aquarius. Acceptance for the hopes that they had about you, Aquarius, will never happen with them. That's what I have for Aquarius. Aquarius, I'm going to leave that message there because it's melancholy, Aquarius. Until the next reading, everybody, I am wishing all of you the most beautiful day. Oh, definitely. You can give me a like. Thank you so much for all the likes that I've gotten. Also, too, if anybody would like to go and send over a little donation, that would be awesome. I can use it to go and buy greenies, that cat treat. Or I can use it to buy catnip if it's a little one. Anyway, if you like the content that's here at Mystic Moon, send a little love my way. Especially as my channel isn't monetized. And I do depend upon viewer support. Until next time, bye-bye.